Hello everybody, Andrew here from the Hammer Game Channel. Welcome back to the New Order, The Last Days of Europe, and to my provisionary Central Siberian Revolutionary Council, where I think I broke the game last episode because we have civilian rule and military rule. We are 50-50. Don't know why. Oh, the Russo-Finnish ceasefire. Okay, the Russians were actually pushing quite nicely into it, but they decided to peace out. So, last episode, Omsk unified this part of the Urals, well, this side of the Urals rather, because the Ural Mountains is right there, and then the West Russian Revolutionary Front unified the other side, so they're going to have a showdown. We're still waiting to see who the final winner is going to be over here. Irkutsk would be ideal. It would be ideal. Would allow us to hopefully do a peaceful unification in 1969. Of course, we are currently working on our industry. We can go up the partial mobilization. We'll see. But I decided to go down this way because there's 4 factories sitting there. What are we actually building? The end of the Reichstag. Ah, yes. Africa has exploded. Oh well. Just the usual there. Novosibirsk civilian industry. Largest site in Siberia possess considerable concentration of civilian industry. Now that both the city and those industries belong to us, we must act to expand them and compel the local advantages of concentration. We will promote the operation and further expansion of these industries and so increase the state's industrial output by a significant amount. And our debt will rise, but that's fine. What are we building? Oh my days, we only have flipping 3 cities buildings. See, that's why we need to put more into civilian factories right now. Could do with the academic base increasing. Hungary goes into isolation. What the hell? Okay, whatever floats your boat. Do you know, I didn't really decide on what I'm going to do with this, but I am going to give you to the military. I'm sure there's another province. Yep, military. I think that should be as sorted. Unless there's more. Oh. Hopefully that'll be it now. Still 2 each month. Their loyalty is really high anyways. We'll enforce the government authority because we do want to get to that positive stability, which we're close to getting to. Yeah, we did finish off that part of the tree as well last episode. So I do want to do the international field just because I do want to get recognition from a lot of other countries. But first things first, we're definitely going to be finishing this off. Right, the Bisk military industries. Reasonable sized city, and consequently it has a reasonably sized population. What it does not have, the product of long years in the previous regime, is any appreciable amount of military industry. We must correct this. We'll try our next program expansion on Bisk and the lands around it and put the peoples there to work for the good of the armed forces and thus the good of the state. Fine, our debt is rising, but I'm okay with that. Right, I need to... What's the academic base? Oh, I thought I'd already upgraded that. Let's get the CAS upgraded as well. Perfect. And then I'll put some more into tanks. Land reforms, construction speed. Industrial expertise. What I could do is I could go in here and actually construction. Where's our liquidated reserves? We have 9. Rate of 50%. Yeah, we'll leave that. I'm really wanting a cusp to win that. I really do. We'll have new expenses costing 5% of our current GDP. That's fine. Novosibirsk is a city in Siberia, possesses considerable concentrations of civilian industry. Now that both the city and those industries belong to us, we can act to expand them and compound the local advantages of concentration. We'll promote the operation and further expansion of these industries and so increase the state's industrial output by a significant amount. Fantastic, we get some oil and our resource extraction efficiency goes up by 7.5%. Alright, come on. I have faith in you. It's a very even fight in terms of strength of the divisions that they have. But the Divine Mandate has the ability to encircle. It depends how their equipment's doing as well. Invest in construction. I do want to invest in some other stuff. Army professionalism. Game-based stability of 3%. Let's do the weekly stability one. Just because we are getting close to being back up. Once we get rid of, for the old Union's negative stability modifier, we should be pretty bloody good. Let's just have a wee read of this in the meantime. When the Siberian territories that we control, there are major urban centres and concentrations of industry. The problem, however, is that they are separated by vast distances and the infrastructure connecting them is often old, poorly maintained, or simply non-existent. We will correct this by commencing a programme of infrastructure construction. Connecting these cities cannot but provide enormous economic benefit and potentially more besides. I actually got war support from that. Close air support, tank about cast production. Oh ho ho! Keep forgetting we have some nice wee. We still have the overextended administration. This is doing so much for us having the army-civilian relationships like how it is. Look at the bonuses. 35.5% on the factory output. It's thanks to that we're actually able to produce stuff. Because if we didn't have that, as you can see, 35.5, we'd be in the crap. We'd be like minus 50% construction. Oh, we should probably do some of the researchy stuff. And let's go ahead and bam, 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 bam. How's that modified? Or minus 20% on the division training, which is fantastic. It's all nice little bonuses. Wee bonuses. Plan Hydra. The Vorkuta Gulags. That's cool, 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 cool. Battle of Insurgency. Okay. I could do this. Prepare for war. Get on the partial mobilization. Our maximum production efficiency goes down by 5%. Consumer goods by 7.5. I think we're going to go for that. Norlisk Legacy. The enormous resource deposits at Norlisk, a crucial supported part of Bukharin's Siberian plan, are under our control. Though they have been subject to many years of neglect and decay, they are still there and they are valuable. We will explore what remains of them and hopefully return them to operation and direct the important resources they produce and possess into other industries towards their benefit. Industrial equipment societal development will begin to rapidly improve. They're all in the academic base is the only one that I need to increase. Army loyalties decaying at 5. How? Greatly increases army loyalty. How is it doing that? Because I've given them all the bloody land they need. Right, they've got one each. 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, I have no idea. Lieutenant Dimitri slammed the door in the face of the complaining soldier outside the officer's mess. He wiped his brow, sweating, despite the chill outside. The men are even more rowdy today, he remarked to his fellow lieutenant, Casimir. Indeed, Casimir responded, brushing a hand over his new coat. Has to do with the elections. The first remarked with full certainty. Indeed, said the second, leaning back in his chair. The men are more upset than I thought they would be, Dimitri added, taking a seat beside Casimir now. He took up a hot cake on the table and chewed greedily. Well, wouldn't you? Said Casimir, now giving the other man his full attention. The soldier elections allowed the men to choose whoever they wanted. We had to scramble to give them anything they wanted to keep some semblance of order. Even with total command being swapped over with whomever could promise them more privileges, it was madness, and it benefited them most of all. And what should we do now? Ignore them completely? Dimitri asked Casimir. The other man only grinned in response, then stood up and went to the door, but the mob was still grumbling. Without fear, Casimir swung open, causing the metal to slam against the barracks wall with a boom. Oi! Oil! He shouted. Or is that oi? Oil? Sprang on the wall. Disperse, the lot of you. It's oi, definitely. Or I'll rid you for insubordination. This is the officer's mess. With a few mumbling replies, they went unheard by either lieutenant. The crowd broke apart without incident. Casimir looked over to see. First, see? Now we can do whatever we want. So let's have some tea in peace without me having to listen to their bitching all damn day. Okay. Army, corrupt, say ain't so. Yuri had worked for the past 10 years in the People's Revolutionary Council. He didn't serve in the West Russian War, but had joined on shortly after the arrival of the Red Army in Tanutuva. He was one of the few ethnic Russians present and joined on for the promise of advancement. It all started with Andropov, his superior. He enlightened him to the way things were done in the army government. A bribe here, a promotion there, and just had to look the other way from time to time to prosper. Now he was a colonel of his own regiment. Sure, he had to make few compromises with his morals. With the army advancement came civilian advancement, thanks to intertwined systems. Authority over his regiment came with authority over the local town, which in turn meant that he had to unparalleled command of the police and other sectors. The council proclaimed to be the successor of the ideals of Lenin and Bukharin, but Yuri knew better. His actions were that of a petty conqueror. Better yet, when he appointed new commanders, it also meant that his control was further strengthened. It wasn't limited merely to Yuri. There were men far above him in rank playing this game of exchange favours and promotions, all a stranglehold over the civilian administration. In the end, did it really matter? Did it change anything? Was him taking a bit of the top for him and his that bad? This was Russia, a land divided. It was known more for much of the long, bloody 20th century. He wasn't killing people, making them disappear, simply taking a bit of fat for him to chew. He wasn't a bad person. Besides, if he stopped, would that change anything? Some other easily swayed officer would take his place while he passed on for promotion, and Yuri had more ambitions than his small corner. Through that, he would have to place a lot more men in power loyal to him first. That might put some capable person in charge, but it shouldn't place anything too critical in their hands. Okay, we got political power for that, thank you. I don't know if Kurska's going to win this. If we manage to kill any of their divisions off, it's getting very even again now though. Let's prepared for war. While our unification of Central Siberia is certainly commendable, further wars are very likely to await us on our path of to the reunification of Russia, possibly against other states controlling large amounts of territory and industry. As such, our current economic system will no longer be sufficient for our purposes. We must adopt a war economy, devoting in national efforts of the workers to the purpose of defeating any remaining enemies of communist ideals and liberating those Russians still living under the governments. Yeah, let's do it. Could still be a chance for you to win if you can encircle some of their divisions. That's what they need to do. Like that. That's what you need to do. Bring their numbers down. Minus 12 consumer goods for that. Oh no, don't let them break out though. Yeah, close that gap. You're going to get yourself encircled. That's what's going to end up happening, isn't it? Alright. I don't actually have helicopters in production. I was planning on using helicopters this time, but... oh, I've got a lot of garbage here. Let me just change them over like that. No, we want to keep you. Don't know if we're gonna have enough equipment for this, but... oh, we do. Oh no, we don't. We don't have the anti-air equipment. That's fine. Right, so that part of the tree's finished. Let's do Into the Modern Age. Due to the events of the past 2 decades, Russia as a whole has quite severely fallen behind the rest of the civilized world when it comes to technology. Our guns, our radios, even our factories, all of them are out of date and flawed when compared to newer types, and this shows in the poor quality of our forces relative to those outside the former Union. To correct this, we will invest a large amount of money in building research facilities and training new scientists to improve the rate of the technological development and allow us to catch up. Good, that sounds like a good plan. We are producing. Oh! Oh, there we go. It was just getting all deployed. We're not producing any anti-air? Am I an idiot? I am an idiot. I am an actual idiot. So let's take a couple off of you. Take a couple off of you. Yeah, it works fine, I think. Don't think we actually need too much on trucks, really. Saying that, yeah, let's just have a nice wee push in the guns now. But yes, we should have the anti-airs now into production. So that's all. That's good. Actually, wait, have we even got the right stuff in production? Nope. There we go. Yeah. That's going to take how long to sort out? 1,000 days. Yep, that's great. That is absolutely fantastic. Numbers. Your divisions are garbage though, they're not. At least they've all got proper infantry. Yours are just like your militias. Do both have motor? I don't know what I think. I think Kurska's gonna lose. Our academic base. Yeah, let's do you first. Current education system within the territory we control is reprehensible and must be corrected immediately. Outside the large cities, formal education is often either severely lacking in supplies and current information, if it is available at all. Even in the cities of the region, schools are often understaffed. The morale of those teachers they do have is low. In order to improve the situation, we have decided upon several reforms worth implementing. These include higher pay, recruitment campaigns, and sending school supplies and up-to-date books to the rural areas. This will make education more available to the entire population and bring us closer to equality. Yeah, our debt's going to go up, but you know what? Let's just liquidate some of our reserves. We have 11 billion chilling, so let's just pay that off, and then we can start afresh. Because all the trends are on the up, which is good. The sooner we go for power tools, the better. Hand tools, crap. If we could, because if we move up, it's going to be the flipping dockyard output. Not that we need a navy, but I just don't like going in here and seeing the minus 60. At least we're on minus 4 for the factory output, which is good. Put more into you. Oh, 50%. Oh, right. Right. You balance at 50-50. Cool. Cool. So you can favour one or the other. I'm going to go for a balanced approach. So you get a bonus of like 1 or 2. That's will be all you get, surely. Right, vacuum tube computing. I need to catch up on all of those. I think that'll be the lot. Nope. No, we've got another one after that. So we've still got a year's worth of research there. We're in 97 now, so we do have a couple of years to go still. Couple of years to go. Better agricultural methods. For this bread we thank thee. Mass mechanization. Fantastic. That's much better. Much better. Right, let's restore the universities. In large cities within our territory, such as Novosibirsk and Tomsk, there have been long been impressive universities. Though their standing had been greatly damaged by the collapse of the Union and then the Central Siberian Republic, they continued to operate. However, the unification of the region under our control has proven to be the final straw, and they were finally forced to close. Of course, we'll reopen them, but to avoid the reactionary lies of the past, we will apply our own education methods and thereby bring them to a new heights of prestige. Nice. Oh, reduce the administrative strain on the nation. So, hopefully that gets rid of you. Distant days. Sitting alone at a table for two in the barracks mess hall, Leonid Brezhnev looked ahead in contemplation. How long had it been, the thought, since he had had some time alone? Not since before the war, surely. The big one. The second war to end all wars, which, like the first, it hadn't. Leonid, a voice called to him, and Brezhnev turned and saw his friend Pavel Batitsky run up to him. So sorry I'm late. Drilling the men took longer than I thought. Taking a seat, he looked to Brezhnev, and the eyes were concerned. You never asked to meet with me like this. What do you wish to speak about? A moment of silence passed between them. Do you remember Ukraine, Pavel? The fields, the people, the grand cities? Batitsky blinked in surprise. Well, yes, how could I forget? It is hard to forget your own home and neighbours. Brezhnev let out a sigh. I suppose you're right. I just miss it so much, Pavel. The Germans took everything from us, and I live in fear that I won't get it back. More than anything, I want to go home, and I want that home to be free. With a gentle smile, Batitsky reached across the table and placed a hand on Brezhnev's shoulder. It will be one day, comrade. We'll make sure of that. Okay. We've got a long way to go before that be possible. A loyal Presidium. It's exactly what I want to see. Ah, some more wars are breaking out. We'll begin in earnest for the Second Great Patriotic War. Alliance of... Oh. Protecting old allies. Shared hatreds. Okay, they're kind of befriending the US as well. West Russia requests oil. Global Union. Okay. The US is going to have us all coming and knocking. Better army professionalism, fantastic. Widespread cronyism of political interference. I need to have a nice wee look at that. So, widespread cronyism for now. Political interference. So we've actually like half most of the stuff there. Professional army is the next step. I don't think we're going to get to Spartan discipline. But that would be amazing. Anyways, the Soviet worker. All the suffering Russia has endured, workers no longer have many real heroes to idolize and try to emulate, causing morale to suffer. Therefore, it would be an immense boon to the cause of the workers to invent such a figure. Common labourer standing tall over Siberia, who places the revolution before himself and works long hours for no other reason to see it succeed in freeing his fellow workers from their chains. This will be the feature of every propaganda poster from Novosibirsk to Gansk, inspiring the people to serve communism so that it may turn serve them. Moves the current minister, strain on our state, increases maximum production efficiency by 7.5%. Good. Staffing our universities. With our recent decision to reopen the universities of Central Siberia, we must decide who will be teaching the next generation of students. There are plenty of academics and intellectuals across our territory, and we could easily ask 3 men and women to work for us. Unfortunately, not everyone in Central Siberia agrees with our regime, and not everyone in Central Siberia agrees with our ideology. Well, each school's curriculum will be updated regardless. Having ideologically divergent academics spreading their biases to their students could foment dissent within our populace. Many argue that intellectuals adhering to the deviant ideologies must be purged and kept far away from any impressionable pupils. Others argue that experienced academics are a precious resource and that beggars can be choosers. If we just ensure they have proper oversight, they argue no problem should occur. Regardless of how much trust we have in those intellectuals, our universities will need professors if they are to reopen. We can either choose only professors dedicated to socialism and purge the rest, or ensure the brightest minds of Superior employed, even if many may disagree with our politics. Only universities must be staffed the best and brightest Siberia has to offer. Reactionary ideals must be allowed to take root in our society. No, we'll take the brightest. I don't think we can be too picky on the matter. Train time, minus 30% now. So how's the legacy of the Siberian plan looking for us? Minus 20 consumer goods. The production efficiency cap's a bit of a dick, but oh well. Overextending administration. That should be gone after we've done you. The farms of the future. In order to ensure that none go hungry, farms are badly needed in the agricultural sector, which is growing inefficient and outdated since the collapse of the Union. Mechanization of farms and fields is an important part of this, as it is much more labour intensive for farmers to grow their crops, though entirely or nearly entirely physical work. Another important part is the improvement of conditions for farm workers, which have deteriorated greatly since the Siberian War. Finally, implementing modern farming techniques that should allow farmers to produce more crops with less land. Together, these will make our agriculture more productive than it has ever been. Victor has managed to avoid being drafted into the Republic's army when the communists had invaded, and now they have reopened the universities. Victor can pursue his education once more. Victor had been a little nervous when the University of Tomsk had been covered head to toe in red flags and propaganda, worried that it was a sign for what's to come. Victor was surprised to see that Professor Abramov was still teaching Victor's history course, considering man didn't strike Victor as much of a socialist. He quickly sat down in his seat as Abramov began his lecture. Alright class, this is our first meeting since the university's reopened, so there's some administrative matters I have to review. First, as I'm sure you're all aware, the Central Siberian Republic is no more, and we now answer to the People's Revolutionary Council, who are now funding this university. Abramov looked especially unhappy after finishing that sentence. Secondly, the curriculum has been updated. Your exam has been delayed to accommodate for the new material, and your final exam will no longer be cumulative. I'm sure you're all rather pleased about that development. The final announcement I have before I begin my revised lecture is that we will be returning to a more in-depth view of the late Russian Empire. Your papers regarding the consequences of the Second World War will not be graded. Apparently our new employers don't wish for you to learn about Bukharin's failures. Victor could tell Abramov wasn't very happy about any of the recent changes, but he gave the lecture anyway. The rest of Victor's professors were less overtly negative, although some of them also weren't particularly enthusiastic about the new communist government. Does this mean Chapter 7 won't be on the exam, sir? So I think that was the right decision, although they're not going to be an economic crash. Oh god, no. Unlucky. It's not going to be good for you. Ooh. Yeah, not good. Yeah, they may not agree with the new curriculum and everything, but they are the brightest minds in our country, so we need to take advantage of that. Yeah, we are going to have to build up our army, I think, for the purposes of wars later on. Basic jet fighters. Where? Basic jet cast, that's what I need. Thank you. Improved jet fighter. Let's do farms of the future. And then... Alright, new industrial methods. While industrial capacity has improved greatly from what it once was, much work remains to be done. The expertise of our workers remains imperfect, especially when compared with those living in the states outside Russia. There are also many inefficiencies in production, especially when it comes to the organisation within factories. These problems can be solved by improving the training of the industrial experts so that they can compete with the finest and reorganising industry to streamline production and eliminate any inefficiency. Once that is accomplished, we will reach new heights of productivity. Our industrial expertise and societal development will begin to rapidly improve. Perfect. And then we have import electronic equipment designs. One of the areas in which we currently find ourselves lacking is the design and production of electronics. Disappointingly, this is not a problem we can resolve on our own, and we must rely on imports from the outside for our electronics. Currently, these imports occur at low, informal levels, if at all, and as such, the electronics in many parts of our territory are severely outdated. However, if we were to begin increasing such imports, and looking into the workings of the foreign electronics, we may soon be able to produce our own, allowing us to further close the gap with the outside world in both military and civilian sectors. And then with that just leaves the military side of things to do, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 focuses. If we go that way, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if we go the opposite way. and then we have the 9 focuses over here to do it, and then that'll be us finish this tree off, and we'll must be close to the 69 date. I'm sorry, are they on my border? Oh no, he's moving. I was like, why are you on my border? War's raging on. I feel like a Kursk is not going to be winning. It'd be just too ideal for us. As long as the West Russian Revolutionary Front wins, we can unify peacefully at the end. Inefficient resources is just rubber. Commonwealth of England declare war in the state of Wales. Now that's a pop-up I've not actually seen happen. And Romania has sided with the Italians. England and Wales at war. Yep, that pretty much went as well as I thought it was going to go. Now I was going to say, you might actually do a nice peaceful unification. Kind of close to their kind of ideology, so... Right, import electronic designs. So the Italian Empire managed to get Romania to join them. Bulgaria has not joined anyone. Is the Greeks still with them? No, the Greeks have managed to escape again. I feel like they always escape, to be fair. Orenburg! Ah! So you have managed to get to the Urals first. Doesn't mean you're going to get it though. The West Russians are coming in. Coming in for the kill. I don't know who's going to come out on top of that, but we'll see. Yeah, Irkutsk is definitely losing. Which is a shame, but oh well. Just sucks that you need the anti-air equipment, because they're not even going to have any like air force. Occupied territories. Bollocks. I'll put you on it now, but I'm going to have to make another template cavalry for that. Let's go with the international field. Despite being essentially an army with the state, Premier of Vasilevsky understands the importance of good relations with foreign powers. The shared opinion of many in the government and the populace is that our revolution will not last long without our involvement in the world. To successfully reunify Russia, we require trade, diplomatic prestige, and military material support. Bukharin's relative isolation was one of the many nails in the coffin for Mother Russia during the Great Patriotic War, and we will not make the same mistake twice. In our new Russia, we shall sit among the greatest powers in the world, working together in the fields of economics, science, and military prowess. We'll no longer be the black sheep of the global community, but a proud member of it. Well, it's all good to dream about. It will never become a reality if we do not act on it. The government is currently getting the work forming these various connections, and it will hopefully be ones which ensure the survival of our nation. We will start building diplomatic relations with the world. Good. Right, yes, we need to make a new cavalry template, because I decided to bin. Do we even have one, actually? Go ahead. Don't have military police research, that's fine. We'll just leave you like that then now. So we have the MPs. Orenburg was defeated by the West Russians. It's a bit awkward for Omsk, who started that war. Are they going to be sharing the Urals 50-50 here? Whoever takes the capital will be the victor. And the Russians got it as well. So they have a way through the mountains now when they have their war. Because if if you beat Orenburg, actually, if Omsk has won there, they would have had the whole Iberian divorce. Spain and Portugal. I like how they split the African holdings in half there. And Spain's got the wee bit down there. Okay. But yes, as I was saying, like if they had managed to win that there, Omsk would have had to hold the mountains as a defensive position, so that would have been Pretty disastrous for the West Russians. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, let's just build 12. Now it puts into 40 of them. Oh, what are you doing? What's happened? Right. Let's befriend the Americans first. The Americas will provide our greatest chance for global recognition. Home to the OFN and the last bastion of the free world, enough resource to fuel any nation, as well as being relatively closer to our nation than Europe. Our diplomatic corps has placed great importance in the region. Canada, Mexico, and the United States each offer avenues of negotiation and diplomatic association. While one of our diplomatic envoys is touring Parliament Hill in Ottawa, the other two are going for dinner in San Francisco and meeting with the government ministers in Mexico City. Regardless of their initial success, their efforts will certainly pave the way for stronger and more formal relations with each of these powers. And we have the Americans arrive. Oh, that's going to be nice. Interacting with some Americans. Right. Have we got rid of the overextended administration? By the looks of things, yes, we have. Yeah, we have. Good. So I'll just look at that. Minus 35% of the division train. That is absolutely bloody smashing. Occupied territories. MPs. You know what I'm just going to do? I'm just going to swing them over to that. We're still short on anti-air. That's fine. Let's increase civilian spending and the construction. And enforce the government authority just to continue. Oh, we're on positive stability now. Our war support's at 80% as well, which is good. I know this is improving, some quicker than others. I do want to get this power tools one sorted, which is very close to doing. Where is it? Industrial equipment. Let's also do poverty rate again. Deals with the OFN. Minus 5 consumer goods. Nice. One of the OFNs is a quagmire of down on their luck Borgias democracies. They offer our best chance for military and economic aid. We both share many goals. The destruction of the fascist menace in Europe, the reunification of the free world aligned Russia. Stable as well as prosperous economic growth, and the strengthening of our militaries against any threat which they may face us. Since the fall of Europe, the OFN policy has drastically softened towards communist and communist-aligned nations. This is great news for us, as despite the strong differences in our government type, it pales in comparison towards the desire of crushing fascism as well as eliminating the scourge of Nazism in Germany. Every Red Army soldier who fought and died on the Eastern Front will be vindicated with an alliance with the West. Much how every American soldier who died in the hills of Scotland will be vindicated once Russia proves a useful ally in crushing the German eagle once and for all. Yes, we will work with the OFN. Which I didn't realise you had joined. Momentous news today as an American diplomat along with their entourage has arrived in our capital bearing a missive from their government. This missive makes it clear that they are to formally extend recognition to our government from that of the United States and thereby commence official relations between us. Many within our administration consider this an excellent news, reflecting as it must the seriousness with which the United States, a major global power, considers our claims to national legitimacy. This may be true, but is also a potential cause for concern. We have long upheld the ideals of the Red Army and socialism, and as such, other prominent officials have publicly stated that we must be vigilant of signs of capitalist subversion. And we will be. We have sacrificed too much and lost too many brave comrades to do anything, but the permitted position of socialist ideals within our state must be protected by any and all means possible. All organs of state will stand ready, as they always have, to combat any such subversion should it be detected. However, at least for now, we can take pride in ever-increasing international perception of our government and the perception of its right to govern Russia as a whole. Must be cautious, but also aware of the opportunity. Yes, we must work with the OFN. It just seems like a very good idea, very beneficial for us. We're going to search for recognition from other countries as well, which I think the Japanese Empire and the co-prosperity sphere is actually going to recognize us, all of them, which I find a bit odd, but yeah, that's cool, I guess. That is cool. Are you able to strike Scotland yet? I'm just waiting for it. Enter American markets. Still got a decent bit to do. But Yeah, I'm feeling good. Yeah, you're gone, aren't you? No! Not our boys. The very mandate of Siberia. Boo. Boo, boo, boo. I'm gonna start training some divisions. Because we're actually getting pretty close to the war, to be quite honest. Well, we're getting there. We're only a year and a half away. Well, less than a year and a half away, so the times are about to get interesting. We'll need to build some airfields, actually. Oh, 19 consumer goods building now, which is good. I'll be from partial mobilization helping that. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave that episode there. And we shall be back next time for... well, I guess it'll still be a build-up for the next war, because we are going to have a war now. I think we can pretty much say, yeah, grand showdown. Yeah, we're not going to be able to unify at all, are we? Oh well, looks like we're fighting the divine mandate of Siberia. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I shall be back very soon for another episode. Until then, take care. Goodbye. The now.